Welcome to the Voncast show. Second returning guest, Obi. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling. You looking nice, bro.
Thank you. I'm trying to be in the summer vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I dig
You know,
it.
it's even though it's a little gloomy today, I still try to keep that burst of sunshine
Okay.
to people. You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
That's just me. I'm a sunshine.
I like that. I like that, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're here today, man. We're talking about Obi Eats.
Yeah. So that's my foodie Instagram page that I just created. It's not that old. It's almost like 2 weeks old now.
I see the likes.
And yeah, like, you know, it's working out well. You know, I've been learning how to, like, you know, take foodie pictures and, like, you know, using hashtags to my advantage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, just like, I really love food. Like, I really love what it gives to people and like what it brings to it brings people together and stuff like that. You know, whenever I go out to eat, I don't go out to eat by myself. You know, unless it's like fast food or something like that.
Yeah.
But when I go out to eat, and like I try this amazing, like, you know, seafood fries or like, you know, these amazing bomb tacos. You know what I'm saying? I just love to share with my friends, and I just love to see their reactions, like eating it, and like knowing it, and like taking that picture of that food. You know, you can really capture like how that person felt when he got it, when he or she got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I just love about foodie Instagrammers. You know, they just capture something that's just beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I saw that one video. You were like, you're getting Korean food. You're getting pho. It was like last Thursday.
Yeah.
Northridge, where'd you go?
Oh, so I went to Fossil One. It's one of my favorite joints. Actually, they just renovated their whole place.
Fossil One.
So like it's all new, it's all modern, but they're fun. Huh?
Sherman Way?
Sherman, it's on Reseda. Just going down, I think so. I'm not exactly sure, but it's like my usual spot to get pho. I think it's probably the best place to get pho around Northridge.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, like I went to Pho 99. It's cool and all everything, but Fossil One is where to go, you know.
Right.
And they have these amazing spring rolls.
Okay.
Like they do something different. They deep fry it, I think, because it's all crispy on the outside, like it's like fried or something. So I like going to that place, and just the pho is just good. I could eat like probably 10 bowls of that in one setting. Not gonna lie,
Nice. So you went to Vegas recently.
Yeah, so actually just happened to be I was planning to go to Vegas for like months now.
Yeah.
Me and my friends we were planning this trip since like February actually, and it just happened to like I started my Instagram page a week before I went to Vegas. So I almost saw this as a perfect opportunity to try out some Vegas food that I don't usually get here in LA or in Northridge or whatever. Like, I went to this Wicked Spoon buffet place. I saw it on BuzzFeed. I had to go try it, and it did not disappoint. They had some amazing, great items like bone marrow. I never had bone marrow like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they had like these amazing like cuts of meats and everything like that, and I just had to take a picture of it. And honestly, whenever I go out, I just try to get an opportunity to take a picture. You never know when it's gonna come handy.
Yeah, man. The pictures you take look really good. I saw the steak one. Looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
Damn. So you went to that Aryan beef jerky place too, right?
Oh yeah.
I've never been there.
I never even heard about it until I got there. Actually, it was on the way to Vegas, and alien beef jerky is actually very tender, which I think that's what stands out the most about this place. And like, I just had to take a picture over there, you know, and it's just like, it's such a great place. They even have this one item, actually kind of gave me a little chuckle. They have this a bag, it's called Invisible Alien Beef Jerky, and it's just an empty bag, sealed.
Really?
Yeah, and it's only $1.50, so you don't spend that much. But I think it's pretty funny since it's like, you know, it's an alien joint, and it's like they're trying to like, you know, use that as like, you know, the way to like brand themselves, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. What'd you do in Vegas? Well, I don't want to know what you did in Vegas. But was it like a VCN kind of thing? Or it was just like a...
No, it's just a couple. So I work for an organization, nonprofit organization, and a couple of my friends wanted to go to Vegas. And, you know, we wanted to go somewhere, you know. We didn't want to go far, but we wanted to go somewhere where it's like far enough. So, you know, Vegas was the easy choice to go with. And, you know, we just did a bunch of crazy things. We walked the strip, clubbing, you know, you name it, we did it, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I miss it because it was just last weekend. I just want to go back.
How old are you?
I'm 22, so, you know.
I had my biggest phase. I had it late from 24 to 27. I went when I could, every chance I got. It was a weekend joint where, like, you know, I'd split a hotel room with a couple friends.
Yeah.
And we just go there and just party. You know, walk around the strip and everything. I learned that it's better for women out there if you go to clubs because they get it for free.
Yes.
That's okay.
Actually, lucky for me, the group that I went with, the clubbing group, it was more girls than guys. So we were actually able to go in for free.
Oh, nice.
And
ratio.
So the ratio was good. It was like, I think like 4 guys out of 6 girls. So 4 to 6. That was a really good ratio, and they loved that. Honestly, clubs like that ratio. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what got you into doing food? I know you said earlier it was kind of like a spontaneous thing. What got you into doing like food vlogs or food Instagrams?
That's actually a good question, because I like to ask myself why I do certain things. Like, I try to dabble in many aspects of like, entertainment. Like I do event planning on the side. I do marketing as well. I currently work as a marketing assistant at the USU. So,
okay. Congratulations!
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yo, congratulations, man.
I also am a marketing director for the nonprofit I work at too. So, as well as I do event coordinating for them as well. So, I like to dabble in that kind of entertainment field. Marketing is a great way to like showcase entertainment through like graphics and stuff like that. And then event planning, obviously, you're planning an event, which is already entertainment for a lot of people. And then I also, but I like the business side of entertainment.
Really?
So that's where I kind of got into the whole social. I wanted to go into social media, like, showcasing like myself as a person. And so food was like the kind of like one of those outlets. I actually was going to start a podcast before this.
Do it.
Which was going to be called Lounging with Obi. And it's just going to be me lounging with other people.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a comedic twist, but I haven't figured out like my style yet. So that's where I'm kind of struggling in. But I always took good pictures of food, or like decent pictures where I can just edit on Lightroom and then just post it right away. So like that's where kind of Obi Eats come into play. That's where kind of like for me, that's kind of like the gateway towards doing my personal entertainment, like showcasing me as a an influencer, or like a person that can just showcase their talent. And food was one of those ways. And like there's so many foodie Instagrammers out there, you can just learn from them and see what kind of techniques they do. And there's like many YouTube videos on like showing how to take great pictures and like using like hashtags to your advantage, stuff like that. So that's where I kind of started with Obi Eats, and like I figured if I'm gonna commit to this, I'm gonna commit every day. That's why I post every day.
I like that. I can say I've known you for like a couple of years. You have a real good personality for this. I've seen you do the Vietnamese culture night, and I've seen you do the what's the other one in the fall?
No Tours by Night.
You're a great host. You know how to talk to people. You can get the crowd engaged, and I think those are great assets to do something like this.
I do public speaking on the side. Like I do hosting, like for events and stuff like that. So I try to use my personality in there. That's why like with every post I try to add something to it. Like recently I did the White Castle post, which I talked about like when I was a kid. Herman Kumar. I really love that like movie, because that was the first time I saw an Indian guy in an American movie. For a lot of us that was the first time. And then seeing those two guys, Harold Kumar, going to get White Castle, you went throughout this whole adventure just to get White Castle. It was very impactful, because like it was such a great movie for me. And when I had a chance to go get White Castle in Las Vegas, I just had to like talk about my memories and stuff like that. So I try to get personal with my posts. Because I feel like a lot of people just talk about the quality of the food or like where they got it. But I try to add a little personality to it.
Talk to us about let's talk about Herman Kumar. That came out in 2003, 4, or 5.
It came out around that time, but I watched it a little bit later because I didn't know about it until like my friends talked about it, like probably back in middle school, or something like that. And like I just had to search it up because people were referencing Herman Kumar to me. I didn't even know what that was. So when I watched the movie, I watched both movies too. I even watched the third one too, but we're not gonna talk about the third one. I watched the first two. It was great. I just loved like the dynamic that Herman Kumar had. And it kind of inspired me that people like me, like who are Indian and like can do entertainment like that.
Yes.
Obviously we see like Indian people in like Bollywood films. That's just a given.
Yeah.
It's like that's their home country and that's what they're gonna do. But like seeing them on the big screen, on like American like movie screens and like Netflix and all that kind of stuff, it kind of inspired me that I can do it too.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's so many other. It kind of opened the door for a lot of Indian entertainers, like Russell Peters is one, Aziz Ansari, Hassan Minhaj, like all those guys who put themselves out there. Even Mindy Kelly, she, all those people that like do entertainment and they're and they're successful, you know, kind of inspired me that, you know, I can do it too.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to stay like in that same, you know, doctor or engineering or business type of thing. I can use my skills that I have right now to like express myself.
Yeah.
And that's like the most important thing for me, expression of oneself, because, you know, there's not many chances where we can just express ourselves. You know, be ourselves in front of a camera, be ourselves, you know, in front of people. And I try to do my best to like, you know, be like the center of attention, because I'm a sucker for attention, but also I like to just tell people who I am.
Yeah.
You know?
It's good you admit that. I mean, everyone is, right? If we're on Instagram doing like our own thing, we are in a sense, like, I think we have a thing for attention. I think you go about it in a proper way. You're not trying to like do some, you know, some viral negative stuff.
Yeah.
So that's not, you do it in a positive way. I can say the same thing with have you seen the movie Hook? A long time ago, it's old. It was a Peter Pan movie. Had Robin Williams.
The live action one.
Yeah. Dante Bosco, who was Rufio. That's the first time I've seen a Filipino. I was young, but I saw that. I'm like, wow, he looks like me. Oh, he's Filipino.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about representation, about having people of color as main roles and not sidekicks with stereotypical roles in movies. Herman Kumar, Korean guy, right?
Korean guy, yeah.
An Indian dude. Like, I've never seen that. I've never seen that in an American movie before.
And they're actually breaking stereotypes.
They
like, yes, they talk about like, you know, like Kumar wants, you know, has to take this doctoral exam and try to be a doctor or whatever, but he's a stoner.
Yeah.
And so is Hell too. They're both stoners, and they honestly are living like a very carefree life.
Right.
Obviously, they still kind of have to adhere to their, like, you know, their, you know, parents' expectations, stuff like that in the movie, kind of. But I really like how they're kind of breaking a lot of stereotypes. Like the Indian dude is smoking weed, and he's just doing whatever he wants to do. He doesn't really care. He has like, you know, he just wants to just get a White Castle because they're just hungry, getting the munchies, you know.
Right.
And I think that's pretty cool because you don't really see that. And I think that broke a lot of stereotypes of Indian people and also like Korean Americans as well. Like they're just regular people like us.
Yeah.
You know, they can also be stoners. They can just do whatever the hell they want. They're all, in the movie, they're just constantly getting in trouble, and I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Did you grow up in a traditionally like Indian, like traditional like upbringing in the sense of, you know, I'm not sure. I don't know what is Indian upbringing, but I can assume since it's somewhat Asian, it's like, you know, get good grades.
Yeah.
You gotta be a doctor. You gotta do something like something that would be honoring to the family in that sense, was like doctor or surgeon, engineer type of deal.
Yeah. That's pretty much like the norm. I think for a lot of Asian families that emigrate here, because for a lot of the parents that come here, they see it as like an opportunity for their kids to do great things, and I completely understand. Like, you know, parents came here to this country, they didn't know nothing, they struggled all their lives just for you to go get a degree and, you know, be successful, so they don't have to struggle. You don't have to struggle like them. And it's totally understandable. But the thing is because we live in this country, we kind of have a lot more options than we did if we lived back home.
Yes.
Like hometown, but the motherland, you know.
Yeah.
For me, if I was born in India, like, I would be very extremely limited of what I can do. Like, I can tell you right now, I'll probably be skinny as hell. I probably would be studying for my doctoral exam or something like that, to be a doctor or something like that, and just work as a cardiologist in some like hospital over there. Yeah. But here, I'm able to kind of choose like what kind of path I want to go into, and almost every single path that you can take, there are successful people at the end of the line, you know, and that's the great thing about this system we have. It's just we gotta utilize it and just, you know, use it. And, you know, it can be constricting as you know, as you're growing up, because you're told that you can't do this, you have to do that, you can't you can't go out, you have to stay in and do your homework and all that kind of stuff. You're just very restricted. But, you know, I think it kind of helps you kind of understand like basically like what your parents are trying to get for you. Right. But then you also have to explain to your parents, like, you know, I understand that why you're doing this, but this is the path I want to take, and I can think I can be successful about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I think you gotta try. Being someone who's a bit older, I still get that, you know, like, why are you doing this? Up until recently, family started getting it, understanding it, but still, it's still not completely understood, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, they do make sacrifices, and they want us to have a better life. You know, there's definitely something to be said about having a secure job, pensions, and healthcare, which is great. I don't take nothing away from it. But if it doesn't make you happy, I mean, the jobs I'm doing right now is not very stable. You know, I mean, I have like my side jobs and stuff, but you know, making music, podcasting, entertainment, helping run a label. There's no like 401k kind of thing, but I'm happy, man. Like I wake up like ready to go. I'm good, and that's not to say that people who aren't doing these jobs aren't happy. If that's what you want to do, if you want to be a doctor, be a nurse, be a dentist, dental assistant, that's wonderful. It's just if you don't want to do it, you're doing it for that. It can be conflicting, right?
No, that's totally true. I know so many people that switch like halfway in, or even like after they got their degree, they switch because they realize it's not what they want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I met people that went to get a degree in engineering, and for a while that's what they were doing. You know, in the engineering field, they were doing like working on like programs and stuff like that, or systems, and then after a while they realize it's not what they want to do, and they go back and they kind of restructure what they want to go into, and then they go to that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, parents kind of don't really understand why you do these kind of things, but for them, they just see like if you're getting money, you should be happy. But that's not always the case.
Tell me about it.
That's not always the case because, like, let's say you work at this, let's say you work for Amazon, right? And you're like a programmer, and you like making bank. You're making a lot of money, and sure, you can be happy for a while. You're making bank, you're taking care of yourself, your family, whatever. It's good. You're satisfied. But what if that's not what you want to do? Like, what if you want to go into music? Right? What if you want to go into, photography, or what if you want to do something other than program? What if you want to go into business? It doesn't have to be art related, but it could be something else. It's not limited to that. But I feel like if you truly want to do something, and you want to do it, you should do it. Yeah. And like, it doesn't matter if you get money. I don't think money should be like the end goal. I mean, it should come with it as you're working towards it, because the effort that you're putting in should outweigh, like, you should be getting like back something, and whatever you're doing in that kind of sense, you should be happy about it. What I'm saying? That's the bottom line.
Yeah. Also, too, there's nothing wrong with having a daytime job, and when you clock out, you do what you love doing. Yeah. There's a lot of people that do that. I think especially in the rap community and the hip hop community, that it's kind of looked down upon if you have a day job, that you're a full-time rapper. Unless you're a really talented rapper, it's not. You can't just like live off of rap.
No, totally agree. Yeah.
But also, you're saying also too, if you try, it's better to try out something. Like, let's say you want to do some creative endeavor, it doesn't pan out the way you want. You can always fall back on these other things and say, at least I tried it, because you live one life. I guess it depends on what faith system you believe in. But how I see it, you live one life. Maybe you don't remember your past lives, but hey, I don't want to be like 50, 60, 70, and I got this like, secure job. It's like, well, what if I could have done this, shoulda, coulda, woulda? That would eat away at me. Gary Vee, he said something that's pretty cool. He was like, you want to do, here's something you should do. Go to a retirement home, you're going to hear a lot of stories about regret when they're old. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have regret. Mm-hmm. At least you tried something. So I definitely agree, man. It's tough. It can be difficult sometimes, butting heads against family. But I think in the end, they'll kind of applaud you for it. You did something a lot different. You made your own path. These paths that they're giving us, they're safe and they're guaranteed, and that's wonderful. I mean, if you just want to make money, if money makes you happy, do it. Mm-hmm. Do it. If you enjoy helping people through being a nurse, medical assistant, a doctor, whatever, do it. But just love it, because I feel like you'll feel this void, right? If you're doing something with a bunch of money but you're not happy, dude, you might have like start developing bad habits. You might get depression and stuff. But hey, you're making money, right? Kind of thing. Success doesn't always mean money or material things.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and especially the support. When you're taking on a new thing, especially like in the creative field, it is very hard to find support, because a lot of people look down upon that. Mm-hmm. Like, they always say like, oh, why don't you just do that? It's more secure. Why are you doing this? And like, a lot of things that I do, like especially the Obi Eats Instagram page. Like, honestly, I don't see it as a waste. Like, I don't. fully see like me getting money out of it. I just see it as a way to just express myself.
That's cool.
And like and a lot of people support me for it. A lot of people have been hitting me up, like saying especially on Instagram, like I love this.
Yeah.
I really want to see more. And like
That's
stuff like
nice.
that. And people are actually supporting me and stuff like that. Like you have been supporting me since like day one and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that.
No problem.
And like these kind of things, these kind of little things that really like get you going and really want you to like really succeed in whatever you're taking on. Of course, like maybe some people don't really get it and like they see it as a waste of time, but I see it as like if I didn't do it, I would feel like that old person in a retirement home. I would feel regret. Like at least I tried it.
Yeah.
We're only here for a good time, not a long time. People say that all the time, but I really truly agree with that because like. What if I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Knock on wood. Yeah, exactly. And but I still want to do these things. Like I still want to go out there and just experience everything that life has to offer.
Yeah.
Life has to offer.
Yeah.
Whether it be something small like an Instagram account or something big as like skydiving or whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Ooh,
it doesn't really matter. Like I just want to do it. At least I can say that I did it.
Yes.
That's all I want to say. Like I don't care if I get anything out of it. I just want to say that I just want to have the experience because I feel like the wisdom and experience that you gain as you're living life is so much valuable. It's so much more valuable than money. I totally 100% agree with that because you can use knowledge and your wisdom to get money.
You're so smart.
That's what I truly feel, and like I honestly think that the experiences that I have, the things that I gain from people, and the learning that I get is so much impactful to people than money can ever be. Of course, it can buy a Lamborghini. Of course, it can buy a mansion, right? But your wisdom can change people's mind. I'm just gonna say that right now. Your knowledge can just like convince people, and I think that power of like leadership and like the way you can convince people through like mediums of media and creative arts is powerful. And I truly 100% believe that. And like, whoever's out there, listening to this, like, if you truly want to do something and it's in like, not in the realm of like the norm, just do it. Who cares what people say? At least you say you can do it. Yeah.
Digesting everything. Wow. Wow. That is very profound, Obi, for someone who's 22 years old. When I was your age, I was getting high as fuck every day. But that's cool.
I mean, I still do too. Yeah.
Whoa, allegedly. But no,
Allegedly.
These are great, man. I mean, for you to say that at your age, that's really good. It just goes to show how the generations have differed. It's possible. You can do a kind of mentality. That's why I like hanging out with a lot of people that are mainly younger than me, around your age or mid-20s, because you have the capacity to dream, to believe it can happen. People my age, not generally, but kind of settle down, which is nothing wrong with it. Whatever your dreams were, you may pursue them, you may not. You may be like, oh, whatever. And some people, they get bitter. They get resentful. Oh, why are you still doing that? Get a real job. You're like 30-something. No one said that to me, but I can imagine it happening. You get to a certain age. Turning 30 is big. The society makes you think like, when you're 30, you're supposed to have, wait, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you have expectations of when you're 30, your family does?
Of course they do. My family wants me to get married like almost like right after college, which is like next year, which I think is a little like unreasonable in my opinion. Yeah. But I don't really have any expectations when I'm 30 because honestly, I don't know exactly where my career is going. I have a general idea of obviously like, I want to go into this field, I want to work in that, and stuff like that. But I don't know when and where would I settle down. Yeah. Obviously people would say like, in your mid 30s to late 30s, whatever, around that time, or even early 30s for a lot of people too. But for me, I just want to keep doing things. Yeah. There's gonna be a time where I have to be very realistic about things and I have to settle down. This is a reality. It's a reality check. But for me, like, if I can do everything I can before I hit that age, I would be a little happy. Mm-hmm. At least I can say I completed a lot of things on my bucket list. And moving forward, I can do what I want to do, but with just a family. Mm-hmm. That's the way I see it.
Interesting. Yeah. For 30, I always thought I'd have to have a house by 30, a car, a nice paying job. Mm-hmm. None of those. I mean, I love what I'm doing. Yeah. But it's these social constructs, and settling down. I don't see myself settling down. I don't see myself starting a family. I mean, it could. I mean, no, not a family, but I don't see myself having a girl. I mean, maybe dating and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends who and whatnot. But I love what I do so much that sometimes it scares me. It's like, wow, you're willing to like sacrifice a meaningful relationship with a woman for this? I'm like, yeah.
I think passion is a very big thing that drives us. Just like the motivation to just like reach your goal.
Yeah.
For me, that actually has a lot of impact because, I'm working towards something.
Yeah.
And my passion that I have, the thing that I'm working on, I feel like it's like the reason why I do it in the first place. And for a lot of people, they just do things because they're just doing it, or they don't really have a guidance on why they're doing it. And when I see them work, when I see them like interact with people, I kind of question that a little bit because why are you here? Why aren't you just doing something that you want to do instead? And I'm here because I want to do this, and I see people just doing whatever they want, and that kind of scares me because I don't want to ever get to that point where like I'm just doing things just to do things. I want to do things because I know that this is gonna be a good impact in my life, but also this will be a good impact on what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're very advanced in your thinking. That's really good. I don't think you will be, and a lot of times too, they're still confused. A lot of people sometimes just do stuff just to make their parents happy. And that's fine. But it's cool that you realize that. Wow, we got really deep into this whole topic. It's good. No, it's good. I definitely, I love doing what I'm doing right now, and my mental health has been really good. Previously, when I was like late 20s, turning 30, I was kind of stressed, man. Like, I was still doing retail. In my mid 20s, I stopped going to school and I just had this dead end job. It's cool to help me pay bills, but there was nothing much. I got to really drinking and partying a lot. And I just didn't really see myself really going much anywhere. I didn't think I'd even graduate college. But I eventually kind of turned around and college and finished everything. But that's good you have this foresight. Mm-hmm. At your age, that's really good. It's tough. Let's go back to the food thing, man. I think it all blends. It all blends. So let's see. You went to Vegas. What were some dishes there? You said Wicked Spoon, but what were other places you went to?
I went to a lot of places, like a lot of the places where people usually go, like White Castle, for example.
White Castle. Yeah. What was your expectation of the movie White Castle and how it actually tasted?
Honestly, I did not have any expectations going in because I never had White Castle, and to my knowledge, it was just a slider. I didn't really see anything about it. But when I went there, I realized I can just eat a lot of these things in one go. I only ordered like 4 because I was a bit skeptical myself on trying White Castle, and it's a fast food joint. So, I wouldn't expect much from a fast food joint. But actually having White Castle and eating it was really good. I would definitely go back again. Their milkshakes were good too. Had it with a cherry coke and stuff like that, just like in the movie. But it was definitely a place I would definitely go especially if you're like late night and you're just coming back from like an event or whatever. Great place to just get food and just like satisfy your munchies or your
munchies. You were so cool. You said like coming back from an event. It doesn't specify what you did. I like that.
Hey man, we're trying to be PG for the kids.
Are you PG?
Yeah, sure.
No, I like that. You're very good at communicating. Let's see. Let's talk about some food stuff. Are you an In-N-Out fan?
I am an In-N-Out fan.
What about Five Guys and fries?
Honestly, I think Five Guys is a little too expensive for what they're trying to offer.
Tell me about it.
Like, okay, so obviously you can customize your burger, which is cool. You get fries and stuff like that in a cup. But the price is a bit high.
It's a bit high.
I mean, there's actually a Five Guys and an In-N-Out right next to each other near Costco on Reseda if you go down there.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're better off going to In-N-Out and you're getting a better burger, in my opinion. Because Five Guys, it's cool and all, like the burger is pretty legit, but it's a bit expensive. If you're especially a college student, balling on a budget, you don't want to go to Five Guys. Just telling you right now. I tried it once. It was good. Wouldn't go again unless, I'd be like, had a stable job or whatever.
Yeah, I've been there twice.
Yeah.
The first time was cool. Second time, shit, I didn't pay for it. My homie paid for it. He's cool.
Yeah.
Tattoo artist, what's up, Nacho? Thank you, my guy. His name's
Shout out.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Untruth tattoo. Okay, so it's good. What's cool? I find interesting. You can just eat a bunch of peanuts and leave the shells on the floor.
That is true.
That is.
That's kind of
your thing.
I don't know. I wouldn't do that myself because I would feel bad about the people working there. Because I've been in customer service. I've been in the food business as well. I worked at a joint called Sweet Snow on Reseda.
That was you?
I was working there for like a good month, but then I quit because I didn't really like the management. But whatever. I got a better job at the USU.
Hey, shots
I worked in food management, and I can really feel those who work in food areas and restaurants and stuff like that, because there's a lot of cleaning involved.
Yeah.
People don't talk about the cleaning, but the cleaning is very major because serving the food is one thing, cooking the food is one thing, but cleaning after everyone and making sure everything is good and safe for everyone to be in, that's a struggle. And I would never throw anything on the floor. I actually take it out of my own way by cleaning the table for them and throwing all the trash away for them, because at least it's the least I could do.
Yeah. I really admire people who have been in the customer service, retail, food.
Mm-hmm.
You empathize, right?
Oh yeah,
you empathize with them. You're a lot more patient. You're a lot more understanding when your food may not be there on time, or if there's a long line. I have some family members who just get mad. I'm like, yo, you gotta chill. You can't be mad. It's busy. It seems like someone's. I count the servers. So there's not a lot of people here. Someone might be.
That's usually the case.
Yeah,
that's usually the case.
Unless you're being very rude, but usually I'm patient. And they even apologize. I'm so sorry. Someone called out sick. No one can cover the shift. I'm like, I understand. Just do your best. I was at Jen. Dude was sweating. He was so bummed out. He was apologizing. I said, don't worry about it. Just do your best. We understand.
Oh yeah, it's the least you can do. Especially I try to go out there and be nice to the people at the cashier and the waiter, because they're already going through such a tough time. Serving and ringing up people and stuff like that. I try to have a conversation with them, yo, how you doing? How's everything? Thank you for doing. Just thanking them. Mm-hmm. And those little things you do can really go a long way.
Yes.
Especially with the quality of the food you get, because the people who are handling your food, you should be respecting them.
Yeah.
Don't ever diss people in food management or food service, because they will mess with your food in some way factor. They shouldn't though.
Yeah.
But I can understand why. If an angry customer came up to me and was telling me I was not doing a good job, or telling me I couldn't do it because of where I am right now, and telling me I can't do anything else but food service, I wouldn't treat that person kindly.
Yeah.
You pay it forward.
Have you seen this old? I just want to say old Eminem music video, Real Slim Shady?
Yeah.
Of course. I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little older.
No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Because remember that one point he was like, "I'll be a burger." Slim Shady could be a Burger King spin on your onion rings.
Yeah.
That was damn. They could. I don't think they would, but
it can happen. And there's been so many news reports out there where people got fired because of that. But you can only imagine why.
Yeah.
People don't just go out of their way and mess with people's food. No.
I do think you have that good trait. You're a nice guy, and you can tell a lot by someone on how they treat servers, waiters, cashiers. If they're very patient and understanding, that's good. Sure, there's times to be upset when it's purposely, deliberately, it's their fault and they're being rude about it. But everyday situations, if you see someone being very patient, understanding, that says a lot about their character, because how you treat them can be a reflection of how you treat a lot of people.
Oh yeah, especially I feel like for foodies especially, for myself, I think it's very important to treat those who are making your food, because you never know that the food that you might get can look better for your pictures and the stuff that you're putting out. For example, in the future you'll see it. I went to Brooksy's. Brooksy, it's a waffle joint where it's chain waffle joint. And I was just being really nice to the cashier. I was saying oh, I had the Brooksy's back in Costa Mesa in OC. I'm not trying it now in Las Vegas, and I really love the Holy Bird is one of their items, I believe. I think that's what it's called, Holy Chicken. I forgot. But I just I talk about my experiences with them, and I just tell them I really love what you guys offer. And then she was having a conversation with me. It's oh yeah, we try to be consistent with all of our products and stuff like that. And I thank you for coming to our thing. And because of that, my food looks a lot better. And they took care of it. And those little things that you can do can really go a long way in your career. stuff like that. Just treating people nicely,
Yeah.
just having a positive attitude.
Yes.
I feel a lot of people go in and they just have this most negative, outlook on things, and like I just don't understand why. Because things might be going bad, things might not be going the way you want it,
Right.
but just having that positive attitude. I think I watched a video on Terry Crews and talking about his career. I forgot which. I think it was on GQ or something like that. But he's talking about like throughout his whole career, he just had a positive attitude on things, and because of that, it landed him roles, and because of that, he got bigger and bigger and bigger, playing not just like the strong guy that he usually plays, but actually playing a sensitive, different characters type of person, and just really being an all-around actor. And I take that wholeheartedly, because like a positive attitude, the way you treat people can really go a long way.
Yes.
Yeah.
In any business, whether it be music, whether it be fashion, whether it be STEM business, doctor.
Yeah.
Whatever your field is, people inevitably will talk about you.
Oh yeah.
You can be the most skilled surgeon, musician, painter, but if your attitude is horrible, that's gonna trump. No, not Trump. It's gonna look a lot. People are gonna look at that more than your skill.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. Like I have worked with so many people in the past, because I work in a lot of team-oriented groups, with like teams, like for the marketing team, like events teams and stuff like that. And I work with people that have the absolute worst attitude, and their attitude kind of reflects their work ethic.
Yeah.
And I'll never work with them again.
Yeah.
I feel like your attitude is like one part of the way people talk about you.
Yeah.
Like people say like, oh yeah, I work with Obi. That guy was cool. He did his work, and he also had a pretty good attitude about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then like, oh really? Okay, cool. I think I'll have him on my team.
Yeah.
And same goes for any kind of field. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather work with someone who may not be as talented, but they're dedicated, they're nice, they don't fuck you over, and they're willing to learn, and they're understandable, and they have good people skills.
Yeah.
I'd rather work with that than someone who's super talented, super
hell
cocky.
yeah.
So fuck that, man. I can get someone who's well better. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, if they're so like conceited and cocky, it's like, you know what? Fuck, it's not even worth it. I don't care who it is.
Honestly, in any kind of line of field, it doesn't really matter if like you're the only person out there. I would never work with that person.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it myself at that point.
Yeah.
And everyone is so expendable. Yeah. These days that you have to kind of go out your extra mile.
Yeah.
Just to be noticeable and also noteworthy in that kind of sense.
Yeah. You were talking about Instagram, right? Like, say you not have to make money off of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you some things. Make stickers, make T-shirts.
I think I'm kind of like seeing what I can do with it, because it's so early in the project. I'm just trying to figure out my niche and like find out what works for me. I think judging just by my Instagram, people really appreciate the personality that I give, and also like they like to interact with my posts and stuff like that. So I kind of want to see what I can do with it and see what kind of things I can sell.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get into the point where businesses contact me and they want me to like review their food, or like there are people out there that want to buy my apparel or something like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
I like to start with no expectations, mainly because
I like that.
I don't want to get my hopes up so fast. I have done that in the past, and I have regretted it before, where like I was like, yeah, it's gonna be the greatest thing, we're gonna have the best year and everything like that. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Things go wrong all the time, and then because you set such a high expectation for yourself and the rest of the team, that whatever happens along the way, it can really bum you out and you can lose motivation.
Yeah.
And I think just starting with no expectation, just doing your thing, seeing where it goes, and just taking the opportunity, just saying yes to a lot of things, can just really like make your experience a lot better, because you're basically surprising yourself every time, is the way I see it.
I go the same with music. I don't have the most views, most hits, most likes, but fuck, I like the music. People like the music.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. When I release a song, I'm not expecting like 100k like views or going to World Star or nothing. I'm just having fun, man. It's a small victories. I posted this one thing on like an Instagram story. It's like, you shouldn't wait for yourself to like hit this milestone to like start living this happy lifestyle. You should just like live in the small victories, small attainable victories every day. you know, be grateful for the small things every day in your life. Like, man, sometimes, like, even waking up the next morning, it's kind of some scary shit, but dude, you may not wake up the next day.
That is true.
It is some scary shit. So every time I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, before I check my Instagram, before I check the fucking memes, I'm like, yo, thank you, universe. Like, I'm here, I'm alive. I'm dedicated to like living a better life. And then I do some fuck shit. But, you know, but like, I think of that. I'm thankful, man. Like, you gotta be thankful for the things you have in life. If not, you get all these material things, money, you're not gonna be thankful for that either. You gotta be really grateful for what you have in life, whether you know you have a lot, little, you know. So.
No, totally agree. Like, you know, I totally agree like that because, like, you know, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, throughout, like, I honestly thought starting college I was gonna be a computer scientist or a computer programmer. That's exactly what I thought I was gonna do, and I was hyped because like I want to do this, and there's like security involved and stuff like that. But towards my end of my freshman year, I realized I didn't want to do this, and I don't want to do anything with computer programming because it's so boring. I mean, not to be offensive to people who are doing that, but just like for me, that's not who I am. You know, I truly believe I have a big personality, and I want to express myself in any way possible. So that's why I kind of moved towards business, because for me, I still like the kind of the whole logistics part of like entertainment, but I also like to express myself. That's kind of the happy medium that I found for myself, and that's where I'm able to do all these cool things like marketing and event planning, and also doing social media and stuff like that now. And I think at that young age, if I didn't have that kind of epiphany, I would have been stuck here for another like 2 or 3 years just doing computer programming, because I'm not that good at it. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm not good at programming. I'm not good at typing at all. I'm a very bad typer.
Really?
Yeah, I type fast, but not as fast as you would want a programmer to do.
It just hurts, man, typing that fast. Kind of, you know, carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk to us about teamwork. You said you did some leadership stuff.
Yeah, so I do a lot of leadership stuff. You know, I started at CSUN VSA, but I started a long time ago I used to be part of a student advisory board for the healthcare center that was at my high school. Yeah. That's kind of what sparked my leadership once. I don't know why I didn't get into leadership a long time ago. I feel like I was just like, I felt like I couldn't do it, but it makes a lot of sense for me. Mm-hmm. Like, it clicks. You know, for me to be a leader, for me to be like a person in charge, and like making sure this project that we're taking on is completed from start to finish. And from there, I moved on to like, you know, the nonprofit organization I work at, and then also I work at the USU. You know, as a front desk assistant, now as a marketing assistant. Ooh. So I kind of like went up from that, and more in line of what I'm doing now. Yeah. And I'm also taking other leadership positions as well. And from there, that kind of sparked my interest in event planning, especially event planning and stuff like that, event coordinating, event managing, whatever you name it, and also kind of sparked my interest in marketing. Mm-hmm. And those two career fields kind of go hand in hand for me, because you want to market your event, but then also you need someone to market. You need content for your marketing. Mm-hmm. So that's the event where that comes from.
Are you a marketing major now?
No, I'm a management major. Yeah.
I tried the business route.
Yeah.
I failed Econ 160.
Yeah.
I failed business calculus. Figured it's not for me.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to me too. I barely passed my first comp sci class, like with a C, only because the professor liked me, I think, and I was very communicative with that person, and so he gave me a chance to pass. But when you're struggling in the first few classes, that's when you kind of have to ask yourself, like, am I really cut out to do this? You know?
Yeah, man, because I had no idea that you had to do all that just to do marketing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of prerequisites just to go into like your major courses.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I found myself at the tutor's office or the classroom doing a bunch of math problems, just doing it just to do it because I had to. And I was like, I'm not even happy I failed that class. And even all the tutor work I did, it didn't click. And it's like, yo, I can't. You know, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna live up to this Asian stereotype. It's just not me. It's tough, man. Like, I'm not good at math, you know. So, yeah. So with teamwork, like, what are some takeaways you can give us about teamwork or working in a team? Because I think it's important now, you know.
Oh yeah, and especially in like, you know, in this day and age, we work in so many different teams. It doesn't matter whether you're in the creative field or the business world or the engineering field. It doesn't really matter. You're always going to work with a team.
Yeah.
Whether it be just like with the coworkers or with an actual team on a project.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of takeaways you could take when working and teamwork and stuff like that. One is just like you have to understand that everybody's different.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most important thing. I feel like people kind of think that everybody's here with the same goal, but you kind of have to mold people into understanding your vision and your goal when leading a team. And it's very important to like kind of set a tone when you start out with a team, because, you know, if you start out with like a whole, you know, fun vibe but no work type of thing, nothing's gonna get done. But if you start with like kind of like a half and half, like, you know, we're here to do work, we're here to like, you know, get things done, but we're here to have a good time, because this is a team, and we want to like make sure that what we're doing is what we're enjoying doing. You know, that's one thing. Tone and the knowing how people interact with each other. Another thing is like, if you see a problem happen, you gotta squash it right then and there.
Really?
You have to kind of bring it up. Don't be afraid that you know, you might lose, you know, friendship and stuff like that, because there's a greater loss if you let the problem get bigger and bigger and bigger and just blow up in your face. You know, squashing beef, making sure everyone is cool with each other, and you know, you have to kind of let people understand, like, you know, I understand you're having beef with this person. I know that you're not having like the best time, but let's talk about this. Let's work something out. Let's have an intervention. Or like, you know, just simply talking to people really well. And communication is probably the biggest thing that I would ever recommend anyone. Making sure you're updating everyone that's happening with you and the project is very important, because let's just say, like, you know, a family emergency happens, right? And you have to go out of town to some other country or, you know, state, and you don't even tell your team. So now your team is worrying about you. Your team is thinking like, oh, this person just bailed on us, and then you're now have to deal with a family emergency, and on top of that, the team going down in turmoil. Right. So just communicating with people and just like telling everybody that, hey, if there's anything going on, if there's anything that's happening, let us know and we'll work with you.
Cool.
I think that at least shows that you care about what's happening, and you also care that, you know, care about the team, especially.
Well, I think it covers it, man. We talked about a lot of great topics outside of food, which is good. Where can we find this Instagram?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Obi Eats, and that's all lowercase. You can just, you know, just very easy to find. Obi Eats. Okay, Obi Eats. And I also have a Facebook page too. It just connects with my Instagram. That's pretty much how that works, and the same spelling and everything.
Cool. So
yeah,
we can expect some really good Instagram posts and content.
Yeah.
Really delicious, man. Yeah, I noticed with your posts, you have really good captions. You know?
Yeah, I try to do captions, I do hashtags, and I post daily, which is kind of hard for a lot of people. I kind of realized after the first week that you can run out of content really fast. Yeah. That's why you have to go out there and get more content and just post every single day, you know. And by posting every day, you're at least, it's a form of engagement, because at least you're providing people content to look at. Yeah. And then it's up to them whether they want to like or favorite whatever, and comment and stuff like that.
Cool, man.
So,
yeah. Shout outs.
Shout out to everyone who has been like supporting me. Shout out to Vaughn. You know, he's been one of the first people helping me out, and also other people that have been, you know, EEP production I'll be working with soon.
Cool.
You know, and just everyone that's like, you know, been like helping me out, giving me tips, you know, sending me articles, YouTube videos, whatever, you know, anything that helps. Because I appreciate all the help. You know, I don't see anything negative. I always see everything positive. So just, you know, send it to my way, and hopefully I can make better content in the future.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you,
appreciate it. Have a good one.